All right, welcome back to the Help Coin channel. I know you guys from the XRP family, but yeah, without further ado, let's look at what's going on with the price of XRP and what we will be doing. Looking forward to going into this coming weekend. So taking a fresh look at the whole thing, as you already know, we're seeing different shades of red across the board for a number of altcoins. It's not a secret if you look at the screen, you can see that the weekly time frame is now nicely, if you look at XRP, you can see that the vast majority of the market is just running behind. It is holding its value much better than some of those other coins though. It's only down 2.3%, which is something that many people will ignore, but we can on this channel. So that's something I need to point out before we start the video. The fee was $2.17, which is down 2% as shown in USD. We're up 0.4% in Bitcoin compared to yesterday. It's great to see that the market is worth $124.6 billion and that 24-hour trading volume is around $4 billion. But before we go any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer, something on this channel isn't always a financial advice when you buy in crypto. You should always do your own research and due diligence. You do know a few facts, right? US lawmakers plan to make crypto regulation a top priority in 2025, get ready for a real estate boom around the world. So by route, we knew this was going to happen. This isn't a new thing. This is something we've been talking about for a while now. And I think the years 2025 will be especially important when it comes to coins. As we move forward, let's take a look at what's going on right now and then jump right into our main conversation about XRP today. So around 3,100 Bitcoin were bought in 2014, which is a year. On December 28th, Ethereum were bought. This tells me something very exciting about the way we are seeing a bit of float on BTC. I think a lot of you know about the listing notices for USDT based on what you've said. A lot of coin will be taken off the list of a lot of platforms, including some very large centralized ones. You already understand USDT on December 30th. Which of course is kind of a fear factor for some people because of course, do you know what happens if you type a pass back a few years? It might have been 2021 or 2022, I doubt it. Yes, 20 to 22 US dollars. I'm sorry, Teresa, the collision of directions since then, many people have been afraid to deal with solid cash, and so you should be aware that more rules are being put in place for these coins, and people are calling for a controlled solid coin. Mostly those big companies, and we talked about this the day before today. That's where RLUSD shines and gets that market exposure. But there have been a lot of fun things going on with the USDT fund lately, which has been bad for the crypto market, especially Bitcoin. However, the fact that we did see an internet inflow on Ethereum gives me hope that the altcoin season will continue into the new year. Since the FOMC Assembly Declaration, there has been a noticeable delay over the last, 1.5 weeks. However, the fact that Ethereum is still receiving the amount of money it is could be a legitimate issue that I don't want to ignore. Let me know what you think below, and of paths talking about governmental clarity and a lot of good things happening for crypto. As I told you before, space in the year 2025. Then I think we'll see more than one unique item getting ETs in that year. You may have seen that Volatility Shares has filed for a futures-based Solana ETF. I think we'll see a big change in the number of these ETFs filings this year. But let's keep looking at what's going on because that is, of course, a pretty good point to make. So, of course, that's the big news to be taken off of important crypto markets across the EU because of route laws and regulations are coming for crypto, and stable coins that don't follow the rules will be taken off the market. It's that simple. You may have noticed that some of the biggest centralized exchanges are already taking them off the market because they don't want to deal with all the other issues down the road. I'm sure this raises the question of whether this will happen globally or just in North America. Okay, now on what kind of effect could this have on the crypto market as a whole, not just the strong coin market? The majority of people believe that December 30th will be the end of USDT. Personally, I don't think it will fall apart. I really see the main red flags there are, which is why you don't see many people looking at USDT in a good light. And I personally would not put my money into USDT. Again, that is my private, non-public view. Just so you know, I've been in this area for a little more than 8 years now, and I've finished my studies. I'm not just making this up. USDT is not something I like. I'd rather put my money into a few different stable coins, but yes, the law could be very important in this case, especially after what we saw in the past. Therefore, we were told to keep those things in mind. However, I think USDT FUD, we can get past this. Right now, I think whales in these new shops are almost taking advantage of this, but you can see that's where RLUSD will shine. This is where it will be, and it will have a big piece of the strong coin market. And I don't think that will be conservative at all. It will allow people to test what is happening. So let me call out to our friend Smokey. He says that yes, the unified record will include ISO 200022 compliant crypto assets such as XRP, XL, and PXL. XDC method, HBARQNT, IOTAPI is putting these things in place to work smoothly with traditional financial structures by following the rules set by the BI and ISO committees. Also, I think that as time goes on, this will be talked about more and more, which is no longer a range of people. We understand right now, but let's keep checking to see what's going on with our old friend XRPSV. The Bitcoin Dominance Index is the first and most important thing I'm going to talk about. You can see the Dominance Index again. Did retest the 58.5%. If you watched my H4 update, you already know this, but if not, we will cover that. We were turned down at that point and your dominance had fallen a bit. That is good to see, and Bitcoin also kind of fell because it was ranging. A few hours ago, we saw Bitcoin go as high as $97,284, but it quickly dropped back down to $94,526. That being said, I did say in my H4 update that that was still something that was on the table right now. We wouldn't be surprised if we had to test that again the next day in case we lost the guide we're using now. But when it comes to XRP, you already know how to get to the dominance index because it's not going up above that key resistance, because right now that's why. As of right now, we still think that the price of XRP is pretty comparable to what it was yesterday. So now you know a way we've been putting a lot of work into this. It was clear that $2.23 or Bitcoin went back up. We'll see that effect on XRPS properly. And we did see that happen, but it's holding up great right now. You know that we haven't even retested yet the $38.22 and $2.77 help tells you everything you need to know about its progress. But you might want to question the dominance score right now. But you know about dominance index, right? If Bitcoin fell below the 23.06% fib level, I think it would quickly go back up. You can see that if it falls below the 23 point net area, around $89,000, Bitcoin will still be on the table, even at $85,000, which still makes me very bullish on the crypto area. You know that sometimes you need those shakeouts before we get closer to the top. But right now, you know that only happens in my case if we fall below the 19.2.5 mark. We do have a few eights in the $90,000 to $91,000 range, but if that doesn't hold, I think $85,000 is a good price to be looking for. I do think 2025 will be an exciting year. As you know, the yard starts, and the biggest event is, of course, Donald Trump taking office. Just hearing that news should really make a lot of people happy. Putting it in words you know about the crypto markets, please let me know what you guys think below if you all agree. But up until now, so good as a way as XR pays price.